Before women's mixed martial arts became a global phenomenon packed with superstar champions and massive pay-per-view events, there was Gina Carano, one of the first female fighters to break into mainstream attention and prove that women could become major stars in combat sports. Long before women headlined giant MMA cards regularly, Gina Carano was already attracting crowds, media coverage, and huge online interest. But what made her story even more unique was what happened after her fighting career began slowing down. Instead of disappearing from the spotlight, she made a surprising transition into Hollywood and became one of the rare athletes to successfully cross over into action movies and television. Her rise began in the early days of women's MMA, when the sport still struggled for mainstream respect. At the time, many promoters and networks doubted whether female fighters could attract large audiences. Gina Carano quickly proved otherwise. She had a style that immediately stood out. Inside the cage, she combined striking ability, athletic movement, and aggression with calm confidence under pressure. Outside the cage, she carried herself with charisma that made her highly marketable. Fans who had never followed women's MMA before suddenly became interested because of her performances and personality. During her time competing in organizations like Elite XC and Strike Force, she became one of the most recognizable faces in the sport. Media outlets often referred to her as the face of women's MMA because she helped introduce female combat sports to broader audiences. Her fights drew attention not just from hardcore MMA fans, but also from mainstream sports viewers who were curious about the growing popularity of women in combat sports. That visibility helped pave the way for future stars and eventually contributed to women's divisions becoming a permanent part of major MMA promotions worldwide. One of the defining moments of her fighting career came during her high-profile matchup against Chris Cyborg in Strike Force. The fight was historic because it was one of the first major women's MMA events promoted at a large scale. Although Carano lost the bout, the event itself showed how far women's combat sports had progressed, and Gina had played a huge role in making that possible. But what truly separated her from many athletes was what happened next. Instead of remaining only in combat sports, Gina Carano entered Hollywood. This transition was not easy. Many athletes attempt acting careers after sports, but very few become successful enough to land major action roles. Gina, however, had something filmmakers were searching for: real physical presence. She did not need to fake athleticism on camera because she already had years of professional fighting experience. Her breakthrough acting role came in Haywire, where she played a highly trained operative in a film built around action and combat sequences. The role allowed her to use her fighting background naturally, and audiences quickly noticed that her movements and fight scenes felt more believable than many traditional action stars. From there, her Hollywood career expanded. She appeared in major projects including Fast and Furious 6, where she shared the screen with one of the biggest action franchises in the world. She later appeared in Deadpool and became especially popular among modern audiences for her role in The Mandalorian, part of the Star Wars universe. For many viewers, this was the first time they discovered her. Younger fans who never watched early MMA suddenly became familiar with Gina Carano as an action actress rather than a fighter. That crossover success made her story even more unusual because she effectively built two different fan bases across two completely different industries.